Welcome back to my Potter Studio and my Potter's Journal. Today, what I'd like to share with you is a Christmas tree ornament, and it literally is that. It is a Christmas tree and it is an ornament. Every year I make a different ornament. This one is from like 2 years ago, and it looks like pieces of cloth stitched together, and then I use these really cute penguin decals. The interesting thing that I find with my Christmas tree ornaments is every year they're different. So I have to think about what I've been doing within that year, and I try to encapsulate that in my yearly ornament. This year I've been using a ton of slip and having so much fun with it that is going to be the focus of my tree this year. I have taken and thrown some small cones, and also I limit myself. I make about 50 of these a year, and that's it, because they could totally completely take over my time, and though that would be fun, then I wouldn't get anything else done. So I've thrown these cones, and I have my slip. And my thought process, I was going to take and put little tiny balls all the way around it and smush them into the clay, but then I'm like, let's use slip because it's much more fun, and I believe that the process is going to go quicker than me rolling out hundreds of tiny little balls. So I'm going to work my way around the base, dotting it with a slip. Then I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to kind of smooth the top of that into the clay. This is the first one of these I've made this year. So it'll either be a really cool design, or I'll have to go back to the drawing board and come up with something else. And I apologize if my hand is in the way, but I really kind of need to see what it looks like. So, first layer done. I'm going to take and dot it in between where those were, a little bit smaller dot. Work my way back around. I really enjoy showcasing what I've been focused on my trees for the year. Sometimes it works better than other times, depending on the design elements that I've been using that year. All right, that's pretty cool. I like it. Again, next layer, Still using this one slip bottle. I did grab a different slip bottle with a different applicator. I figure that once we get to the top, we'll have to use a smaller gauge to make smaller dollops. Now, if you chose to, you could stagger these. Mine are a little bit uniform on this one. I think it'd be really cool if you staggered them. All right. We'll do one more layer with the large slip bottle, and then we'll switch to the smaller. This technique is pretty awesome, and depending on the size of your cone, you could make larger Christmas trees this way too. You could even come in and pierce them, so you could do luminaries in between the branches. To switch to the smaller applicator bottle. As I've said before, slip is so versatile. I'm going to pinch this just a little bit so I don't actually have to go get a different brush. Probably should, but it'll be okay. All right, one more layer. The interesting thing for me with these trees, and because I do a different design every year, I have customers who have every design that I've ever done. I don't even own every design that I've ever done. But it's become just one of those things that I do, and that they are always so receptive of whatever design I'm making that year. Whoop, messed that one up. It'll be okay. All right. The last thing I have is this high temp wire that I like to use for these guys. I pinch it just a little bit, And then I take and put it down in there. And now we have a Christmas tree. I still will need to come in with, I will need to clean the bottom up a little bit. I'll just take a sponge. I forgot to do that with this one, and just smooth it out like so. And that's what the bottom will look like. I don't know how I'll glaze these. Haven't decided that yet. Maybe rainforest or a glaze similar to like that, or maybe they'd probably look really cool with a Mako shipwreck on them too. I'll do some test tiles, but I'll actually use a couple of the trees as test tiles before I actually decide on which glaze. When that happens, of course, it'll be in the kiln opening, and y'all can vote and let me know which glaze I should use for this year's run of trees. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this addition to my Potter's Journal. As always, if you have any comments or questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to discuss any process that I may have forgotten to address. I hope you have a wonderful day,